Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Ali Kamenova Yoga. I'm Ali, and today we're doing Pilates plus some slow vinyasa, some vinyasa move plus some strengthening, elongating moves class. I have prepared a variety of these type classes with length and flexibility and a lot of core work, deep core work. And I'm gonna trickle them into the classes, into the vinyasa classes, espresso classes, Pilates classes in the next month or so in the upcoming classes. So today I wanted to share this with you here on YouTube. And for this class, you're going to need a block and some very light hand weights. It can be soup cans, water bottles, or if you have ankle weights or little dumbbells, but nothing over 4 pounds, just light weights. If you don't have the weights, just skip them. We'll barely use them, but they provide a little bit of resistance, and we're going to use them through the variety of upcoming classes. So about 2 to 4 pounds, somewhere there. 1 to 4 pounds, it's fine. 3 pounds, maybe it's your perfect kind of spot. 2 to 3 pounds. And for the rest of the classes, please join me on my website. I have a promotion going on for my birthday, and if you want to join the membership, the code for the sale is spring. All capital letters. I think small letters will also, the website will take it, but all capital letters spring. And you can join for an epic sale. We're gonna do a lot of fun classes. I'm constantly working on so many programs that I can't keep up with my ideas, but the ideas are streaming, and we're gonna have fantastic time. All right, let's begin, and let's flow with love, strength, and ease. Starting at the front, and we're going to just sway the hips side to side. Bring your arms in and just feel yourself moving in a fluid fashion through accessing the fascia mobility, fluidity. A little more. Bring your breath in. And now we're going to go forward, rounding the back and open. Forward and really draw, pull, open, forward. And I want you to really open here from the back of the shoulder. All right, stomach vacuum with a bit of Mula Bandha, because the reason why we want a little bit of Mula Bandha, so we know that the tissue is lifting up, from the pelvic tissue to the internal organs in the pelvis. Everything is lifting up, we're not bearing down, which starts to happen after a certain age. So kind of trying to get ahead. Stomach vacuum. One more. And now we're gonna do hips down, kind of belly dancing style. So you're gonna need toes and drop and drop and drop and drop. Just drop the hips. Instead of lifting them up, lift, lift, we're doing the opposite movement. Drop and drop and drop and drop. This works with the entire fascia. We're accessing the muscles we don't know we have. And now up and up and up. Just kind of try to stay in the same plane and move the hips. Move and move and move and move. Now for a little bit of a strengthening the hips, stepping on your block or a higher surface, and here you can drop the hip and lift and drop and lift. So we're strengthening the glutes. Drop and lift and drop and lift. Change. Drop the hip and lift and drop and lift. Drop, lift. Try to access this particular muscle here, so you're not swaying your entire body, but you're isolating. A mirror helps. I don't have a mirror, so hopefully. Great. From here, use your block to just stretch those calves. So press your foot towards you with a little bit of the help of the block. And stretch and change and stretch. Very important as well. We do that stretch in most of the warriors though. One more hip, and we'll move with the vinyasa portion towards the Pilates portion. So drop and drop and drop and drop and drop and lift and lift and lift and lift. Slightly bent knee so you have that movement. Great. Now side to side. So you're gonna steady the hips and move side to side, side to side. And let's take chair. A little anticlimactic chair. Really activate those feet. Activate them. So whatever that means for you, you might want to spread the toes, you might want to lift and spread the toes, but you want to just feel energy going into your fingertips and toes. And take the left leg up into one-legged chair. Step it back into high lunge. Hold. Back to chair. Take the right leg up and step it back, high lunge. Take this pose as a good stretch here. We have wide stance. You can press your heel away from you to further stretch the calves. Chair, lift your toes or lift your arches. Take the left leg up, one-legged chair, step it back, and here we're going to circle the elbows. Circle with the elbows going into the chest, shoulders, chest. And chair. Change, step it back, and circle, and circle. Feel movement. All right, here we're gonna bring the hands down into plank. Chaturanga, up dog. Chaturanga, down dog. Take the right leg up. Step it to warrior two. This is your stretch time here, active standing stretch. So you're working on strength, but also on strength, but also on flexibility, because oftentimes when people are told to work on strength, they underestimate the power of body weight strength. Such a pose. Those that are passionate about it know about it, but a lot of people miss this as an actually active strengthening pose while also stretching, using the body's weight. And reverse it, lift, lengthen, reach to side angle. Turn the palm of the hand down and really lengthen. And the top of the body is lengthening. And low lunge here. You can have your knee on the ground or off the ground, just a stretch here. And lower down onto your belly. Here we're going to lift the hands, arms and legs, and bring the hands back. Reach overhead, bring them back. Reach overhead, bring them back. Hold back, lift the legs and arms. Great, and down dog. Let's take the left leg up. Step it through, warrior two. Enjoy the strength that a warrior two has. Different strength from lifting heavy, heavy squats, heavy lifting, weight bearing. This is weight bearing with the body's weight, but also with this range of motion, pretty unique. It's something that we really have to appreciate, for as simple as it may be for us yogis. It's really profound. Sometimes I listen to the advice of people that are not yogis, and such little poses are groundbreaking, are groundbreaking for people that have never really developed that kind of awareness, and it makes me appreciate it. far more than, sometimes I take it for granted. So when I hear what it can do for someone that has never been exposed to this type of pose, I realize how profound it is. Twists and all of those things that we do them. So we know how good they are, but we also forget because we do them so often. And reverse. Lengthen. I hope you can hear someone singing in the other room. All right, woof. And side angle. Lengthen, really lengthen to where you feel certain areas of the body open. Open up. Look towards your fingertips and the palm of the hand down. Really lengthen, open that rib cage. Ooh, so good. And take low lunge or with the knee on or off the floor, however you want to do it here. And yay, step it back into O4s and walk your hands in front of you. Push the hips back and stretch that upper back shoulder area. So you're gonna have some resistance, fingers holding on to the mat and stretching here to stretch the upper back. You don't have to apply a lot of tension or pressure or stretch. Let the muscles do the job. The pose will move through the back. And from here, left leg on the ground, left hand on the ground, extend the right leg and open the right arm over the head. Really lengthen here, stretch, elongate, find a lot of length here. And we're going to bring the leg up and the elbow down. So elbow goes down towards in that general direction of the bottom leg, and the leg lifts 1, 2, and stretch in between, 3, 4, and 5, and change. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And onto all fours. Give me a little jiggle here, so side to side S curve with the spine. C curve or S curve. And for the next one, take your light weight, no more than 5 pounds. Mine is somewhere around 3 to 4 pounds, which I think it's a little on the heavy side, but that's what I prepared. You can get away here with lighter. And let's take the left side again, left hand, left knee on the floor. Reach with the right hand above your head with the light weight, and here we're going to just touch towards the toes and come back to the original position. 1, Lighter is easier here. Wider strokes. Heavier, less wide strokes. 3, 4, and 5. And we're gonna go over to the other side. Two, 3, 4, and 5. And take your block. Take your block. We're gonna lay down onto the back. Bring the block between our knees. And we're going to work on core. Core, pelvic strength. Pelvic strength, when done correctly, doesn't lead to pelvic tension. I've spoken about this before, but if you develop what is considered true strength, it has a quality of softness to it. It's relaxed, it's not tense. So it takes some work, and it takes a lot of kinetic awareness and somatic awareness to really tune into, especially if you hold tension in certain areas, to learn where the tension is, to release the tension without losing strength. Originally you can lose strength, of course, when you're trying to just let go, but ideally, eventually, we're working on strength plus fluidity and relaxation. So here we're gonna work on pelvic strength. You're gonna squeeze your block and come up and lower down. Squeeze and come up and lower down. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You can lower down and just do a few pulse squeezes here, activating the inner thighs. Soft mula bandha, soft so there's no tension, you're just isolating mula bandha and you're not squeezing everything. It's a lift. Mula bandha feels like an isolated lift. A few pulse squeezes here of the block. And we're gonna lift and drop to the left. Lift, 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 drop to the left, and now change. Lift, drop to the right. Lift, drop to the right. Lift, drop to the last one, lift and rest. In the resting, you can do nothing or pulse squeezes with lifting mula bandha. All right, for the next one, I want you to lower your lower back onto the ground, onto the floor, and lift the right arm over the head. Pull the belly in a semi-partial stomach vacuum and just activate all the core muscles here. And coming out, opposite side. It takes a lot of awareness here. This is for hormonal balance too. Whew. All right, now it's time for both hands. Lower the lower back. Go as far as you can without peeling off the lower back or without it becoming too strenuous. You want this to just activate your core without making you feel like you are barely holding the pose or having to compromise. So just go as far as you can. A lot of it is just your own isometric hold. So activate the stomach vacuum partially. It doesn't have to be a deep stomach vacuum, but everything is hollowing and activating. The arms are bringing your awareness to the upper core. Rest for a second and we're gonna repeat it. It's really good, so be present, be involved. Let's go. Lower back onto the ground, reach over, scooping everything inward and upward. Keep the block there because we're gonna roll onto the left side, left elbow, block between the hands, and we're gonna take side plank here. And let's reach over the head and up, over the head and up, over the head and up. And let's change sides. And rest for a moment, sit back for a second, let go, relax all the muscles in your body so that you have the contrast of fully relaxed, not holding anything, consciously not building strength anywhere, just letting go. So you have the contrast. When you start again, there is a fresh blank page. And let's lay down onto the block. So prepare your block, you lay down, and we're gonna bring the block underneath our tailbone. Lift your legs here and arms. So the legs are at 90 degrees, 90 at the knees, 90 at the torso, 90 at the hips, and the arms are reaching forward, and we're gonna toe dip. 1, come up, 2, come up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you feel it in the lower belly, 10, take a break and prepare in a second to do it again. Feel the lower belly. If you touch it, you see the lower belly is activated. And let's go again. Adjust if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest for a moment and we'll do a third set. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's open the right arm out and the left leg extends here. Right leg on the floor, and here we're going to open Open the left leg out, right arm out. So they're stretching away from each other, and then they're gonna meet towards the center. You can keep the leg straight or you can keep it bent for a little less intense. 2, 3, 4, 5. Be very aware of your midsection. And change. One, and let's extend both legs with a little bit of a stretch here through the psoas. Bring the right knee into your chest. Straighten that left leg so it's completely straight. You're not tilting the feet to the side. Reach over the head, left arm over the head, left leg extends. Change the stretch. And we're gonna go for a bicycle here off of that block. Hands behind the head without pulling on your neck, just a gentle support. And we're going to extend, meet in the center. Extend, knees together. Reach. Consciously moving. Last one. Whew. Rest for a moment. Hands on the ground. You can go into plow and remove your block from its position. And shoulder stand. And coming out into happy baby. Let's roll onto the left side. And here we're gonna bring the left leg in front of us and slightly lift it, heel up. You can point your toes or slightly flex in between, but make sure that your heel is slightly lifted and the right leg is scissored backwards. Arm over the head. And let's bring right arm to left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stay here, and here we're going to circle the right leg to the right arm and circle forward into the arm. Circle, circle, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's flexibility in motion, 8, 9, and 10. Simultaneously we're working on the inner thigh on the opposite side, so there is a lot of work here. Opposite side. Mellow work, but a lot of it. Let's begin. Same, heel up on the right side this time, right hand, leg underneath you, and adjust here. And we're going to go 1, left arm to right leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now circle the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And prepare your hand weights. Let's take a break in yogic squat. Round your back, arch, round, arch, round, and arch. And we're gonna come up to standing for one last slow exercise before closing. Standing onto the right leg, hold your light hand weights, which can be cans of food, water bottles, your stainless steel water bottles can work as well, etc. You use your imagination. 2 apples. 2 apples is light, but it can work. And right leg on the ground. And we're going to step the left leg into a staggered squat position. Drop down into a slow deadlift and come up. And again, drop down and come up. You're gonna do back fly here. Drop it down, straight back. 4. Press the hips back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This has been in most of my latest programs, this pose in many variations, from jumping to, it has endless variations as far as I'm concerned. It's so good for the entire body. Opposite side. You're gonna do staggered squat. So for the staggered squat, again, I feel like I explain it every time, but if you're new, if you're always here, don't mind me over explaining. You're gonna step your right foot back and push your hips back together to square them. The front knee reaches forward, but your weight is on the front leg. The back knee, sorry, the right knee reaches forward, but most of your weight is on the left leg. And when you reach down, your back is really straight. You're hinging at the hips and you're using your left glute. And then you can also engage your back. This is all posterior chain here. Booty, back, your classic hourglass pose. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, step with the right foot forward. We're gonna take the left leg into classic wide-legged, wide stance lunge, and open here and step to the front. That's it. Very simple but slow. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Opposite side. I'll continue with this theme for the rest of this week and going into next. So there's gonna be a lot of this Pilates exploration poses that get us in shape in this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Bring your weights down onto all fours. Let's round the back. Draw, 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 draw. Arch. Draw. Arch. One more. And child's pose. Into a variation of a headstand, so bring your head on the floor. If you have, if you need to use a wall or a tool for headstand, you can do that as well, or just do it partially. Forearms on the ground, taking a lot of the weight off of the head, and you can take one leg off the floor and just go into one-sided headstand, the other, and keep it at that if you're not certain, or you can take both. You can stay a little longer or rest. And child's pose. And let's lay down on the ground. Supine twist, extend the right leg, bring the left knee across. Change. And let's bring the right leg over the chest. Keep the left leg extended. Change. Stretch, so you're gonna bring your arms and over the head and really reach. This is your best morning stretch, by the way, if you can pull it off in your bed, if you have the head space or you're not waking up anybody, any cats, dogs. You can, this is your best way to get out of bed in the morning. This is somatic stretch. So there is quite a bit of building strength in it. There is resistance in this stretch. We're not just softening, but we're also strengthening the muscles. We're flexing the muscles at the same time. You can shake the hips here too. Up and down, like in the beginning of the class, except for in supine. Great. And release. And we're gonna do relaxation, awareness here, meditation or mindfulness or scan. It's whatever you want to call it. It's the focus here is to scan your body and find areas of tension, and consciously with awareness breathe out the tension. Now this thing doesn't really happen from one time. I mean, it can, but chances are it won't. You have to revisit it and revisit it, because if your body has learned to hold tension in an area, typically it will take a lot of time. It's taken a lot of time to hold the tension there, so it's going to take a lot of consciously letting go of the tension, and then again and again revisiting it until you repattern that muscular memory or fascia memory. So besides stretching and strength building, you also want to let go of certain areas that are really tense. They feel tense, they feel like they're holding pain or tension or injury or any form of trauma, or even sometimes it's range of less range of motion, less flexibility, Tension can be expressed in different ways symptomatically, but it's often pain, some form of dysfunction. So bringing your awareness there and letting go of the tension, finding true relaxation can really, really revitalize this area and bring some flow there. Open up the energy in the electric circuit. I'll let you do this on your own. Just breathe, and when you find the area that is of concern today, you focus on one area. For today, just keep exhaling through this area until you feel completely relaxed. Trust yourself, trust your body that you can do it. It's not just in your head, you're truly letting go in the body of tension, repatterning tension, how we hold it. And keep exhaling through that area of tension until you feel openness there, until you feel flow, energy is moving there. And remember to flow with love, strength, and ease. Namaste.